Kira here with week 17 of Project Life. I've got my husband sitting over here not wanting to do a voiceover for me. I'm really trying to convince him that he needs to do a voiceover, but he won't do it. So you guys need to comment below if you want to hear my husband do a voiceover. He's definitely not as talkative as me, but sometimes he can be funny. Well, I mean, I think he's funny most of the time, but you know, that's why I married him. Anyways, it's Kira instead of Christopher doing the voiceover today. And I've got lots of pictures of my kids again. I know. Are you guys getting sick of seeing them? I do sometimes. Just kidding. Love my kids. So every picture, except for I think one this week, is at the park. That's all I took pictures of. And I still had a million. I think I printed out 24 pictures of my kids at the park. I guess there's 2 that aren't of the park. And it ended up, I think I cut like 6 of them. Or maybe only 4. Anyways, I cut a bunch. But there's also this picture of my son Jonathan in my husband's postal truck. And I thought that was really cute. I also scrapbooked. I did a 12 by 12 layout of this picture, which I am going to write a blog post on. Hopefully I have the blog post up by the time that this goes up. But if you haven't checked out our blog, you should. Mary's not active on it at all, so we need to really get her on board with getting on the whole blog thing. But I've written a few blog posts, so if you haven't read them, you should check them out. But yeah, for now, I'm not going to be doing videos of my 12 by 12s, just because I don't know, I just don't really feel really confident with my 12 by 12 layouts. So I'm going to just be doing blog posts on them, which is just a little easier for me. It's a little bit like less pressure. I know that making these videos probably shouldn't be like pressure. It's just supposed to be for fun, to show you guys. But I don't know, it just adds a lot of stress to like have the camera on you. Like you already feel like people are watching you while you're doing it. And I always feel like I need to do it faster, and I always second guess my choices, and I don't know, I'm just not confident enough in them. So yeah, I did a layout, and it was totally Elsie inspired. It looks like maybe a layout that she would possibly do. But it was not scrap lifted from her. It was just a paper pieced postal truck, and I did some hand stitching, and it's just very much inspired by her way of scrapbooking. So if you guys haven't checked out the blog, check out the blog, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'll have the blog post up by the time that this video is up, so you can see all the details of that 12 by 12 layout. Back to my project life. Pictures of my kids playing at the park. This one here is a picture of both my kids and then the little girl that we babysit on Tuesdays. I've talked about her before. She's a 1.5 years. My boys are just so in love with her and just think that she's the greatest thing ever. Jonathan gets so excited when she comes over. And we went to the park that day that she came over. We actually went to 2 parks. We go to a lot of parks. But I have this sticker on there that says beautiful day, and it really wasn't a beautiful day. And I was texting the little girl's mom. I was like, yeah, well, I decided to take the kids to the park because it's not raining. I wish it was a little bit nicer out. And she texted back and was like, well, it's not raining, so that is nice for Washington. I was like, that's very true. So basically, if it's not raining outside, I will bring my kids outside to play at the park, because we just get way too cooped up in the house. So it's going to be really nice when we move to San Antonio, where it's going to be sunny all the time. And I know it's going to be hot. We're going to like melt. But we're moving to an apartment when we move down there that has a pool. So hopefully we'll just be able to hang out by the pool all the time. The picture of Jonathan under the picture of the 3 kids at the park, that's us walking to the park. And because I only have a double stroller, I don't have a triple stroller, I put the 2 littlest ones in the strollers. So Elliot, who's a year old, and then little girl is a year and a half. So I put them in the stroller, and so Jonathan has to walk beside the stroller. And even though we don't live in like a busy neighborhood, I still don't want him to be like wandering into the street, you know, getting hit by a car or something. So there's like a strap on our stroller, and I don't know what it's for, but it just kind of dangles there. And so I told him that he had to hold on to the strap to walk. And so that's his big thing now, is that he needs to be a big boy and hold on to the strap. So every time, like now, sometimes he just wants to walk to the park and not be in the stroller. So we'll put Elliot in the stroller. He'll walk and he holds his strap because he's a big guy now. He doesn't need to be in a stroller. These are a couple pictures of my son Elliot and my husband. So Elliot, still not walking, but he really likes you to like walk him. So like he likes to hold your hands, but you kind of like walk with him. So that's what he's doing in one of the pictures. And the other picture, my husband's kind of like making a little face at him because Elliot was like trying to get his mouth or something. I don't know, it was just a really cute moment that I was able to catch on camera, and it's cute. It's a cute picture of both of them. And then this card, this is actually a park by our old house. So we were down that way. What were we down that way for? Why were we over by our house? When we went to the park. Oh, yeah. We had to go get uniforms for my husband. Well, so he gets a uniform allowance for work. And he, usually buys, like, new shirts because shirts get really, really dirty and really kind of beat up when you work at the post office because you're handling, like, dirty mail all day long. So he usually gets shirts, but this year he had to buy shorts. And he's never worn shorts at his job before because we live in Washington. It really doesn't get that hot. Like, I would probably wear shorts if I was a mail carrier in the summertime because I would get too hot. But he's fine just wearing his pants and his, short sleeve shirt. But Texas is going to be hot, so he needed to get shorts. So we were down kind of in our old neighborhood, and so we were able to visit this park that we used to go to when Elliot was like a newborn, and so that was really fun. So I had a couple pictures of them at that park, and it's a neat little park, because it's got, obviously a park. It's got toys and stuff for the kids to play on. But there's like this, I don't know what's next to it, but they've got like bunnies that just like live over there. Clearly they're not neutered or spayed or anything because they just keep breeding and making more bunnies. So we like to go look for the bunnies and see if we can find any, but we actually didn't see any this time. So I was a little disappointed. We didn't see any bunnies, and Jonathan was a little disappointed he didn't get to see any bunnies. But we had a fun time playing at that park. And you can see like Jonathan's pants are like soaked because it's like, it was like raining earlier that day, but if it's not raining at the time, we will go to the park. I really don't care. I don't care if my kids get wet from the rain previously. We're going to the park. And Elliot, I know he's like in the same outfit in like every single one of these pictures. He's got his coat on. It's just his little fleece jacket that his Alaska grandma got him. It's like a North Face jacket, but we always put him in that because it's nice and toasty warm. And he can move around in it. And he's always got his hood up because my baby doesn't have hair. Babies never have hair. Fish didn't have hair. for the longest time. And I didn't have hair when I was a baby. Like, I think I was almost 3 years old before I really had any hair. And so, yeah, my kids, they don't have hair. So Elliot has to wear a hood all the time because I'm afraid he's going to get chilly. And I've got a picture of Elliot and Daddy watching TV, probably Moana. You know, we're still obsessed with that, so that's probably what they're watching in that picture. This next one that I'm working on right now, Jonathan found, it's a big piece of wood, but it's, you know, like when they plant trees and then they have like the sticks on either side that like hold them up or like hold them straight. I don't know. It was like one of those that had like fallen down. So it had fallen off the tree, and he found it, and he's been really obsessed with it. He likes to find sticks when we go to the park, and he calls them wood sticks. He doesn't just call them sticks. Like, of course they're wood, but he calls them wood sticks. And so he found this piece of wood. He like comes over to me to show me that he found this wood stick. And he's like, "Wood stick, Mama?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess it is. It's wood, that's for sure." So that's what he's doing in that picture. And then he found like, you know, like the like metal part that like hooks onto the wood that wraps around the tree. He found that part too, and then he was able to put that on the wood stick, and then he was like dragging it around. I don't know, it kept him entertained. I just let him do it. I'm working on my title card right now. I just used a couple thickers from my stash. Oh, I should mention, everything that I'm using here is from my Citrus Twist April kit. So I hadn't touched this since I got it until I made my last 12 by 12 layout with that Elsie inspired one. I used it there, and that's it. So I decided I really need to use it before I packed everything up. I was able to contact Citrus Twist, so I'm putting my May kit on hold, so I'm not going to get that one, and then I'll restart again in June once we're settled down in San Antonio. So that's everything I'm using here. So like the ephemera pack, there was an exclusive ephemera pack for this month, which I love. So like those little pencils, I just thought they were so cute, and it's like you know, write your own story or something, you know, about writing your story. And I just think that's really, it's a cute little sentiment, and the pencils are just adorable. That love, those little love letters, those are from the ephemera pack too. And then you'll see kind of throughout the spread, I used little pieces from the ephemera pack, and then all the little, basically everything is from the kit, except for like a few, like I think he used a tag that wasn't, but yeah, everything's from Citrus Twist. So I really like the way it came out, because everything goes together, and it is a lot less thinking involved when you're using a kit, which I really like. And then the thing that I like about like a Citrus Twist kit versus like an actual Project Life kit, like using a scrapbooking kit versus a Project Life kit, is that it's not super matchy, because I don't usually like matchy. I say that even though I know that my Easter spread was totally matchy. I think it's easier to do it that way. I think it's easier to go really matchy. And I keep saying matchy, and it's starting to annoy even me, so sorry about that. But I think it's easier to put your Project Life together that way when it's really matching. But I like the look of kind of this like eclectic, kind of like random colors that you wouldn't think go together, but actually do look really nice together. And I think that's what a scrapbooking kit does when you kind of make it work for Project Life. So I really like doing that. Last couple pictures, I got my kids trying to climb a tree. I mean, that's not, Elliot's just using it to stand, but Jonathan decided he wanted to try and climb the tree. And then Elliot on his first swing, and he loved it. It was like the happiest I've ever seen him. He was giggling the whole time, and it made me wish that we had a swing like in any of the parks that we're by. There's no swings, but that's like our old park by our old neighborhood. But yeah, he just loved going on that swing. So I think that's really cute. And he's all smiley and stuff. But yeah, that pretty much finishes it off. I hope you guys liked this layout. I should be able to get at least one more project life in before the move, hopefully. And then I've decided that while we move, like while we go down there, I'm going to try and document every day, like one page for every day. And then I'll share those pages once we get down there. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you want to hear my husband do a voiceover, let me know in the comments below. And I will see you guys next week for week 18 of Project Life. Bye.